PSA, even though I may like degrading, dark, and gloomy anime boys, does not reflect anything on my husband. A girl's got to have some escape, right? Hey guys, today we're going to talk about, as you can guess, best boys.
Yep.
We've done the best girls. Now it's time to be even, and we're going to talk about best boys. Because
it's only fair.
It's time for me to gush on who I think is best.
That's fair. And I get to say some stuff too, right?
I mean, I guess I'll let you have the floor.
As if I'm going to anyways. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm here at Weeb podcast. And as you just heard, let's talk boys now. What makes a best boy? I don't know. We had our base rules for the girls. What are we looking for in these dudes to make it to the list? What do you look for?
I mean, what do I look for?
Yes.
I like when someone's basically has a lot of confidence.
Okay.
And can get the job done.
Sure.
And has like, I don't want to say a-hole, but is a jerk, basically.
Is a jerk. Okay, I'm glad you had the disclaimer before. I can be a jerk, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, mine is just going to end up being like the complete opposite. When it came to my list of best girls, they were a little spicy. A little bit on the, as I've once heard, tsundere.
Oh, don't make me relive that again.
A little bit tsundere-esque. Kind of, I don't know, not.
Well, isn't it the same thing as a guy being a jerk?
Yeah.
Some girls like a bad boy. That's what I should have said. I like boys that are portrayed as bad boys.
There you go.
Because who doesn't like bad boys? You may not marry one, obviously, because I didn't, but you always like them.
See, I don't know if they take that as a compliment or not.
You don't want to be a bad boy. Bad boys don't stay.
Bad boys for life. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Don't know why that's even a topic. Yeah, I believe, especially when I was looking at this, I don't know. I just got some that I like. Of course, always whenever we're going to do recordings on these, I'll always take a little look at like anime top lists and see what's on there.
Oh, see, that was terrible for me. I clicked on a couple, like 100 of the sexiest anime guys. And I was like, ew, scrolling, ew.
Yeah, scrolling, ew, my ass, bookmark this, bookmark that. That's all I just heard. Yeah, I see it.
There's pictures. Let me look at this gallery.
Oh, bless it. It's the Fire Force calendar all over again.
Ooh.
No. No, ooh.
Although not the 9th. That one, not that one. I like, that's who you know what, at work when I was thinking about my list, I was like, who was that one character that I wanted to write down and I could not forget? And I forgot.
It's the chill guy from 9, right?
Yeah.
Or no, 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7, I think.
Or there's only 2 of them. Listen, he's only been in a couple episodes. I'm sorry I don't remember his name.
He is cool.
Can you hear the clicking of my keyboard and our new microphones?
Probably,
I don't know. Do we sound great?
Yeah, no kidding. So yes, this is the first podcast. We're all over the place. We can be honest about that. This is the first podcast recorded not in the closet, everyone. So first off, we're comfortable. We're not sitting on the floor. And it's been nice. So thanks for tuning in. It's been motivating us. So we just got a couple things to help out. Not that enhances the podcast in any way, shape, or form. But we do sound better as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, my typing, I have come to his name. How could you forget? They shorten it for you. Benny.
Benny
Maru is the guy from Fire Force.
He's very cool. So he's the first on the list.
Now he is, because I completely forgot.
So strong, that guy. And also, it's very interesting that he doesn't want to take control of his section. He kind of got almost put into it, but the older dude, his best friend, is so cool. Both of them have such a good dynamic in that show.
Everyone has such a good dynamic.
Yeah, except for Tamaki.
Yeah.
We've been down that road.
Yeah, we don't need to. Listen, this is about best boys. We don't even need to talk about girls.
That's true. I don't even know who she is.
So getting into it.
Absolutely. But you know what? We can tell them. I did a little bit of a flub. This whole intro up until this point. I
didn't know if we were just gonna skip over it.
No,
or not.
I gotta be honest with the people. I may have hit record and my computer said no. So we sat here talking into live microphones for 8-10 minutes. And I look at the computer and I slapped my forehead like something out of a cartoon, but we weren't recording. So
listen, I just want to put on the record, I have the patience of a saint. I was fuming. I just picked up my phone and I just started looking at houses on Zillow.
Oh, nice. See, now
I was
also fuming because it was my fault.
As it is.
Okay, no. I think we both handled it very well, and I'm going to say that as a compliment to myself.
Mm-hmm.
But we are now recording. There was a Hisoka story that
gosh, because I was seeing him on every single list. Because I wrote my list out, and I wanted to see how my people, if other people who make these forums thought that my people were on the list. So I went through a couple, and Hisoka was on every single one. And I just, I get it. He's sexy. I'll say he the way he looks and his confidence is sexy, but the whole
his
thing.
Aura. I mean, heck, the guy how do you sit in a hallway and still look menacing? That whole portion at the tower, how they couldn't get through because his aura was pushing the kids back. I do respect him. Him and Tagoro, I respect the heck out of them, but they're just not best boys because even though they are nurturing our main characters, I don't know. And especially Hisoka. He's creepy.
Yeah, the certain things that he says about Gon and the
way he looks at our innocent boy, he's just a bit of a
little too predatory.
Yeah, a little bit. But so the reason I bring up the re-recording, well, one, to be honest with all of you, and two, is because we were talking about there was something that changed our 100% because he was kind of creepy. Well, no, quite creepy in the show. But we were walking around in Osaka when we had been in Japan. I know we've been to Japan, guys, but there was a shop that was selling some fan art, and a little bit of it was lewd. And in this case,
well, I think it was going into, remember, it was like a really small mandarake.
I believe it was. Yeah, it was in like a basement. So you had it was cool spiral staircase, had none down. But the problem is, we had some of this fan art on the way down, and halfway down this staircase, we managed to see. I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's gone. Oh, God, it's gone. I don't want to even go into specifics. I've told friends, and then they're looking at me. It's like, no, I didn't draw it. I saw it. But
and we can't forget it.
Exactly. Hisoka has gone kind of tied up. Listen, that's as much as I can delve. It's a very, I hope someone bought that just to get off the streets and then, I don't know. I did not enjoy that. That aside, we are now caught up, and every time I look at the screen to make sure we're recording, it's still recording. So this is a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Danielle, start us off with the first on your actual list.
Sure. And note to everyone, this is not in order. This does not mean that this person is the lowest on my list. It's just the first one I wrote down, which actually should be a compliment to this character.
Absolutely.
Because it's not a show that I would say it's a great show. Mm-hmm. Haven't watched it in a while, so it shouldn't be on my radar compared to other people.
Hey.
But Levi from Attack on Titan.
Yes.
Can we just say fine? Everything about him, I love it.
Everyone was in agreement when he first kicks in the door on that show, Attack on Titan. He ran it. It was him and Mikasa. Those were our homies.
Yeah, which I love. Levi, he's humanity's most powerful soldier.
Yeah.
And whenever he's in a battle, sure, he's been in some tight spots, but he'll always pull through. And I love that even while he has a blunt and unapproachable personality, he really cares for his team. And actually, you see Eren and everyone else they have, especially Eren. He can go from 0 to 60 and is freaking his shit. But
I see how you're skirting around the spoiler, and I like that.
Oh, I'm just trying to describe like how he loses his cool a lot.
Yeah, he loses it all right.
And-
Wink, wink, am I right?
And
Anyone who's watched this show, which if you haven't, again, Netflix, check it out. This is a good intro one. We've said it 1,000 times and continue.
But even though Eren has such, he's driven by a certain goal, he's seen horrifying stuff that made him enlist to fight the Titans.
Yeah.
But, really when you watch Levi and get his whole story and you really take into account everything he says and he does for the people he fights with, he is the most emotional character in the whole show.
That's very fair.
Because he's driven by a desire. I think one of the quotes I had read that he's fine. He wants to kill the bad person, whether it be Titan or human, because at the point in the show we're at now, you're starting to find out that it's not just the Titans that are
the problem in this show. And I know I hate continuing to say, oh, Attack on Titan parallel with Walking Dead, but I find that that's a good way to get someone into it because it's that same vibe. Both shows, yes, it starts with this, zombies or these Titans, which are just gigantic people that with the craziest looks on their face. And I think they butt naked. All of them are naked. Correct?
Oh, yeah. They don't have anatomy, though.
No.
Like when they're walking around, they don't have like their genitalia hanging out. You can tell, right?
Yeah,
Why are you looking at me like that? Okay.
I then went introspective. I'm like, do they have bumholes?
I don't know.
Stupid question, I know, but
it is maybe because they do eat the humans, which is terrifying. So if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, there's these creatures that have basically decimated the normal human population.
Yeah.
And they eat people, not for the sake of sustaining their life for nutrients. They do it because they want to. Like it's enjoyable for them. And that's utterly terrifying. Like they don't need it for the nutritional value.
The looks on their face, like episode 1 is just insane. That I think still, and of course this is going to be at the top of a lot of people's lists. That is one of the most insane first episodes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, and yeah, what a weird segue. I am going to go ahead and just imagine that Titans are like owls and they just eventually go and make pellets somewhere or something. But I don't know, has Levi ever had to deal with, that's off the rails. Anyways. Yeah, Levi, good, cool guy.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of your guys are going to have this hard exterior, but they're just sweetie pies on the inside. Is that what
basically.
Listen, I know you.
And I think one of the cute parts about Levi is when they're cleaning out one of the seasons, they take Eren away because they find out people like want to utilize his abilities, trying to keep this really loose.
Yeah, keep it loose.
And they're cleaning out this old house or something, and he is a neat freak.
Yeah.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
I'll tell you what, I used to be a psychopath. I think my mother told you about that, correct?
I don't know.
Oh man, when we moved into our childhood home, I had a CD player and I had to stack the CDs a certain way. It's complete OCD-esque. But then I had a space for literally everything to the point where I would walk into that room like, who's in my room? This is not at this angle. Like I had to line up the CD. Psycho. So I've absolutely clearly broke that habit, and I'm now just a wrecking ball through this home.
I used to be a hoarder when I was a kid.
Were you? What'd you hoard?
Oh, my mom told me I used to, when you're at the clothes store, they might not have them too much now, but at the top of the hanger would be those like a size tag, like the plastic.
And the number, yeah.
I would not take them. Probably, I hope not off the hanger. I think they'd be on the floor.
Yeah,
if my mom was taking us to JCPenney's.
Let's say that to feel better.
Yeah, we'll ask my mom and then we'll confirm. But I would keep those. I had junk drawers. I think my dad one time, because I was also a little messy when I was younger, he was like, okay, I'm going to get rid of everything in your room unless you can name 10 or 15 things in this drawer.
Wow.
And I was like, and it was just a whole bunch of crap.
I'll tell you what, good technique though.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I learned something. You may have told me that before, but what a weird thing to collect.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
Now I have almost no attachment to anything.
Yeah, we have gotten through living here in this nice little home. We're I don't think we're full minimalist. I still have plenty of tchotchkes, but we're constantly in the mode of just getting rid of stuff. What does this have to do with anime boys?
I was just thinking that we
are off the rails.
Off the path.
Anyways.
Anywho.
My turn, right?
Sure.
First on my list, newer show that we started. Not newer show, but it's newer to us. One Piece. Now, I know, and I'm wondering, do you have someone from One Piece on your list?
No.
I would have expected.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking of One Punch Man. Yes, I have someone from One Piece on my list.
And he may have a different color hair.
Yes.
Okay, good. So that doesn't go with mine. It was either going to be him or it was going to be Monkey D. Luffy.
Gotcha.
He's such... Listen.
Yeah, Monkey would never be like Goku. He would never be on my best boys list.
No.
I like them.
He's too annoying
They're
for
great characters. Yeah, they're just a little too on the silly spectrum.
That's fair. But at the same time as Luffy here, while he's silly, you can still mean he means business because he gets serious within the first 10 episodes. I like Luffy because 1, he's got his goal. 2, he's going to get that goal. And 3, he's just fun. He's Goku, but not as annoying to me.
Well,
what does that mean? No, it's truth.
Yeah, I don't know. We've only watched a handful of episodes.
Okay. If 20 is a handful, how big are your hands?
I don't know.
Oh,
I guess 20, hands and feet then.
20 hanger things that you used to collect. Yeah, I guess that could fit in your hands.
Nice.
Thank you. Full circle. So that's just it. A lot of mine, it's basically, I like what they stand for, and that's where Luffy's at. I truly do want to see why he has that huge metal collar we see on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get there eventually. Just 900 episodes to go.
So true. Although, do really love the show. Easy show to binge.
Yeah, just not an easy one to start.
It took me a long time to get there.
But what I will say, and I know we keep going on these tangents, but what I will say about One Piece is, yes, it's a lot of episodes, but it is like Dragon Ball Z in the way of you can get it down to a science. You will have intro, into recap, into title card. Once you get that down, because they'll keep the recaps generally the same amount.
Mm-hmm.
Look for the title card. Boom. You can shave off of this 23-minute episode or something of that sort. You can shave 5 minutes off there, plus end credits. So you're realistically looking at about 15 minutes of actually watching. So not bad. You can get 4 of those done in an hour, and I enjoy it. Anyways, keep it going over there.
Okay, so I've talked about this person before. I didn't want to leave them off the list because I feel like it would be sacrilegious. Actually, these next 2 people.
Interesting. Okay.
So Kirito, listen, people. I'm going to bring them up or something about Sword Art Online, I think, in every episode.
Which it's fine. Everyone's got their favorites.
Which I think at this point, everyone should know what Sword Art Online is. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope you've watched some part of Sword Art Online.
Absolutely.
But Kirito, he's the main character along with Asuna. Number 1 for me, best anime relationship.
Yeah, that's fine.
Along the coattails of Domon and Rain.
Yes, the usual suspects.
Yeah. And Kirito, I just like him because obviously ends up being a dual wielder with the swords, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
He's the only person while playing SAO who's able to get that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also, which I find funny because I am such a shipper of Kirito and Asuna, that he is such a ladies' man that whenever any other woman comes into the show and starts liking him, I'm like, whoa.
Oh, absolutely. You got to
grab a ticket and get in line. Okay. And that's behind me. I'm behind Asuna and you're behind me. Yes.
I'll tell you what, that is the one thing about that show. I'm like, how is he doing it?
He is a ladies' man. For someone who played so many games, he should not be this social.
Yeah, no, he's cool. He's, of course, not on my list, but he's very cool.
Yeah. I just like him. He's more of not necessarily the bad boy on my list. I think the reason why I like him so much, sure, I like his character, but I also like them together.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Very good. Do you want to listen, there's another person that I know you're fighting with. Should you talk about him? Should you not? Because he comes up. Go ahead. Give a quick little snippet.
Oh, just really quick. I love Shishomaru.
Yes.
From Inuyasha.
Would you say Of those two, who are you picking?
Uh-oh.
It's Sesshomaru.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Sesshomaru.
Come on. I know you. You can be honest with yourself, though. It's always been Sesshomaru.
True. Ooh, yeah.
I can't believe you've done it. We've mentioned it. I'm going to mention it again just in case you didn't listen to the episode where we said it. Danielle has finally finished.
I finally finished. We're going to do an episode dedicated all about it, what I think about it. I'm just taking my time because I really want it to be a great episode.
Absolutely. And what's good is she did the work so that you don't have to.
Hopefully. I'm hoping I make that episode as concise, knowledgeable, and accurate as possible.
I think it'll be a good episode, too, because we can kind of talk about the important bits before the new Inuyasha show comes out.
Yeah, so excited.
It should be good. It should be good. There's a lot on the radar that we got so much to watch.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Can I say that even though, and you'll hear about it in the episode, while I was slightly disappointed with the pacing of Inuyasha, I kind of put myself to go through it. I could not finish it.
Of course.
I kind of want to watch I want to read the manga.
Do you now?
And that sounds really masochistic, but...
Well, you'd be surprised because I believe with a lot of the manga, you're going to get several episodes of the show in just one book. A lot of these, I think it's much more condensed in the manga. If I'm wrong about that, yell at me on Instagram. Oh, Instagram? Yes. I married a Weeb pod on Instagram. Follow it. If you don't want to, then don't. But go check it out. And also, if you're on there, throw us a message or comment on... We will have actually a post when we upload this episode. Find that post and go ahead and comment and tell us who your top boy is.
Yeah.
It's probably Yusuke Urameshi.
True.
What a good segue. He's on mine, if you can believe it. You had your Sesshomaru, your Kirito. Everyone's heard it. Mine's Yusuke Urameshi. I'm not going to walk you through why. He's cool. He's powerful. And frankly, he's the best. Plain and simple.
You're the best around.
He's got great character development. Rough around the edges, but good to his friends.
True.
He's a go-getter.
Very loyal.
One thing I'd change about him, maybe be a little bit nicer to Keiko. I know you're in middle school / high school or whatever age bracket he's in, but
stop lifting up her skirt.
And quit doing that. Yes.
Although that is one of the cutest things. She beats the crap out of him, so it's okay.
Yeah, true, she does. Give him the wallop. Now I have to, because that one was such a short and one that I'm not that doesn't count. It was like your Sesshomaru. I will say one that of course is on my list just because of the show in general is great, but he makes the show. Clearly, we're going to go with Senku Ishigami. You're looking at me with...
Oh, yeah.
What show is that?
From, don't tell me. It's right here on the tip of my tongue. My brain is just not telling my mouth.
Hey, get in there. Tell it.
I'm having brain farts.
That's okay.
Tell me.
It's Dr. Stone.
Yes. Okay. I knew I could see. I could see this. I could see a stone in my head, and I just couldn't get it.
Listen, I didn't do that to embarrass you. I know you.
I'm sweating. I'm very embarrassed.
Oh my God! Well, take it easy. It's just me here. Yeah, Dr. Stone, great show. We've gone through that premise, but Senku is great because one, smart, go-getter with science. Gotta respect that. Frankly, that's what I love about Dr. Stone. You're going to learn a little bit. If you didn't pay attention in any of your science classes like me, you're going to learn, I mean, heck, they even made explosives on the show and even had a pop-up that said, listen, this really works. Don't do it.
It's a cute show. It's
really a great show. I love it. Can't wait for the next season. And Senku is clearly the only reason that anyone is going to survive, except for the people that they come across that actually have been awake for much longer, and that's explained in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's on my list. Go ahead. Yeah, let's get another one.
Okay. Next, I want to talk about is Giyu from Demon Slayer. You're going to say, who the heck is that? Because there's only one season of Demon Slayer and there's a lot of people they throw at you.
I was going to say, I'm blanking. Which one is that?
So he's one of the Demon Slayer pillars. He's the one who you meet in episode 1.
Okay. He's got that sick coat.
He's got the split kimono.
Well, not coat, kimono. Yeah, sorry, I'm stupid.
And yeah, I like him just because even though you don't learn too much about him, obviously, because there's only one season out right now. You can just tell, he's really quiet and reserved, but he has a strong sense of justice and definitely seeing right and wrong.
Yeah.
And that has caused a lot of tension between him and the other pillars, because the fact that he won't kill and will stand up for Nezuko, and Tanjiro's promise to have her not eat anyone or anything like that.
Yeah.
He puts his own life on the line to protect Nezuko and Tanjiro's goal. And if he fails, he will kill himself.
Yeah. It's pretty good resolve. And frankly, he's already top of my book for protecting Nezuko and not killing her like we thought he was going to.
Yeah.
Man.
So he's just cool. And the art style and everything about Demon Slayer, I'm visually attracted to it. So I had to give a shout out to someone on
Absolutely. It's so freaking cool. And Nezuko is the best.
Best girl.
And that is along with Attack on Titan, one of the best first episodes ever.
Absolutely.
I'd put that.
And first season, like how we said it.
First season was great, yeah. And I'm ready for that movie to come out. So many stuff is just it's right there. Anywho, I'll just do another quick one. Shigeo Kageyama, otherwise known as Mob.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Mob Psycho. Of course, he was going to make my list. I would put him over Saitama. I know, could be sacrilege. I don't know. But I like Shigeo because he's just more relatable. He has this incredible power, but yeah, he still just wants to be a normal kid. So I love the scenes where he's running with the gym crew.
Yes.
And I love them in that show, willing to protect him.
And encourage him when he's not, running very quick. They'll come and cheer him on, especially in season 2. They were very cute.
And I've said this, I even commented it to one of our friends on Instagram because they had put as a recommendation, Mob Psycho. I had put I think that might be one of the best season 2s as far as anime goes as I've ever seen.
It was excellent.
It took everything from the first and then improved upon it. The animation was great. It was like the exact opposite of One Punch Man, which is fine, But that, again, I don't know how much, can't really go into why I like him because he's relatable, dorky. We like him.
Well, and I think that's what's great, as we've mentioned with shows like Fooly Cooly, where they have these crazy plot points and symbolisms for just the simplest things.
Yeah.
Everyone has gone through an awkward phase. Everyone just wants not even to be popular, just to be liked. No one wants to be pointed out for having something different about them. And maybe it wasn't for me, but maybe it was for you. Watching anime was weird when we were in middle school and high school.
Wasn't that a shame?
It's a shame when it's the best form. I'm going to say it right here, right now. The best form of TV entertainment is anime.
Yeah.
You will never get as unique and creative of a storyline in anime as you would with anything. And because it's drawings and it's not live action like a normal TV show, your limitations are, you don't have limitations.
It's your imagination. That's it.
Exactly. So,
and you can trust us because we have these microphones. That's pretty much all I need to say about that. I lucked out when it came to school. I was friends with pretty much every group. I got bullied, of course, the upperclassmen, whatever. But as far as my grade went, everyone was pretty much friends with each other. And you could, it was nice. I could like anime and no one really batted an eye.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I can't remember too much.
Well, yeah, you dumped that one kid who told you he liked Cowboy Bebop, for heaven's sake.
Listen, I did not dump him because he liked Cowboy Bebop. I didn't care. If you listen to our first episode, you can spot check me and I will say, hey, you do you. I don't care what you watch.
You ever make a joke and then it just gets explained away like it was serious?
That's what happens when you get married.
Oh.
A wife is to be serious.
Oh, is that so?
No.
Okay.
No, I think my childhood growing up was not the best. Not saying like my parents did anything, but as you said, like you were able to be friends with anyone in school. I kind of was like shunted to different groups because I couldn't ever find a group that I think would probably accept me. That's why I don't think I have any friends in my adult life, because I never kept any for long term. Wow, I'm getting like really depressed right now.
I was gonna say, let's take it easy over there.
Listen, I had a mean girl moment. I was told at a party that it was a costume party. I showed up in a costume. I was under the age of 12, I'm pretty sure.
That is pretty brutal.
And I was the only person in a costume. I think that was detrimental to my childhood.
That is devastating. And I'm not saying.
And I even stayed at that party. I was such a pushover. I just changed and stayed. But it was, yeah, I didn't
I'm not
leave.
laughing at you, by the way. I'm just saying that is absolute insanity. The fact that did happen, that's right out of Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Crazy. And here's the good thing.
Girls are mean.
Every single person at that party, forgettable.
Where are they now?
I don't even know them.
No. And guess what? I only remember maybe 3 persons' names that were at that party.
Yep. Well, guess what? I don't know. Okay. Well, back to fun.
Fun time. That's why we do this show, so I can actually be happy about my life.
Fun time, she said, as there were tears just racing down her cheeks. Yeah. I had some moments, though. I'm not going to divulge it because I can't remember it. But anyways, get over it, Tom. Here we go. Let's go to the next one. You just did one, or
you just did one? My turn.
Shigeo.
You did Mob.
One? Yeah, true.
So, as you mentioned someone from One Piece, I'm going to mention someone from One Piece. I knew
this one from a mile away.
Zoro.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. He's bae.
He's cool.
He's got 3 swords, and he knows how to use his mouth in positive ways to kill people.
I'm proud of you. That was good. But what she's referring to
is he holds a sword in his mouth.
I know. That's
I didn't know if, I was just explaining it because this was my character. It's not your character.
Handle it.
So Zoro, he's a cool guy. 1 sword in each hand, holds 1 in his mouth. Pretty cool.
And he's quick as lightning, that guy.
Quick as lightning. He's aiming to be the greatest swordsman. Now, if you haven't watched One Piece, maybe give it a go. Just have it as a casual watch. Watch an episode here and there. So I'm going to do a mini spoiler.
Okay.
Of his backstory. So if you have listened to our episode, our Watch With Us Wednesday about Grave of the Fireflies, an absolute depressing movie. It's so sad because you're following 2 young children as they struggle to survive after World War II. It was a crying fest. It was so sad. Great movie. You should watch it.
Yeah.
It was just so sad. So Tom says, after we watched the movie and I've gone through almost a whole box of tissues, he said, let's go up into bed. We'll watch a One Piece before we, go to sleep. I was like, oh, okay. We watched 1 episode and it was another crying fest.
Yeah, it was Zoro's backstory, which is so sad.
Yeah, so we see little young Zoro and he bursts into this dojo. And
he truly grew. I'm sorry to cut you off. He truly grew into his head. I don't think his head ever changed size.
It's to hold that big brain.
There it is.
So he bursts into this dojo and he said, I'll challenge your strongest fighter and I'm going to win. And the daughter of the dojo master whips his booty hard.
A lot.
So time after time. So he's training at this dojo to defeat her because he wants to be the best.
Yes.
He ends up making a pact with her because she ends up finding out from her dad that she will never be able to inherit the dojo because as a woman, she'll never be strong enough compared to a man. And she's depressed about this. And Zoro, seeing that and her vulnerability, he says, I won't let you basically use that as a cop out. Like, you're going to be the best because I'm trying to beat you. I don't want to win by any other means, than strength. Yeah. So they make this pact. And then she dies. I just got the goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
It was devastating. And it was so sad. And it was a terrible episode to watch after Grave of the Fireflies. So
Yeah, that was a solid double feature.
yeah. Good episode. I like when we get good backstory. So if it didn't make me love Zoro before, I love him now.
There you go.
And I'm cheering for him to be, if he's not yet, I'm waiting to see him actually crowned as the greatest swordsman. Because he is pretty cool.
Very cool.
So yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and do 2 very quick because, and this was a decision between 2 folks, by the way. And I actually saw this pairing on Instagram the other day. We bring up Instagram so much. Well, I bring up Instagram so much. Killua from Hunter x Hunter, and he was totally going to be on there. But if I put him and Hiei in the same bracket, which similar characters-ish.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way. As far as the group dynamic goes. But I had to, I'm sorry. Hiei, I think, took the cake just because he's got a little bit more, I don't know, the friendship though. I don't know. But I'm going to say just for now, it's going to be Hiei. We've already talked about him. Super powerful, super cool. Like his design. I like what he stands for. He's just trying to save his sister. Very noble guy. And helpful guy. He shows up when he needs to. But now the real one, that was of course just a shotgun. We're just getting that out there. I have to go with Joseph Joestar.
Oh, baby.
We didn't get far enough to see many of the Joestar family in the show. We need to start chipping away at that again. But Joseph, I did like his, was it his grandfather? Yes. His grandfather, Jonathan Joestar, who you start the show off with, if I'm not correct.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved that portion of the show. And I did like him. But there's something about the section and the second arc that Joseph Joestar is awesome. I just like how he is. This is what you're going to do. And he's just so cocky. He
calls the shots like as they're, you're going to say this. And then the character says exactly. It's very.
Well, and he's the first to really
comedic.
Start taking it to the limits of power, which is nice. Because, of course, Jonathan was a pretty powerful dude as far as getting into fight. Well, not powerful, but getting into fights and stuff, whatever. But Joseph, Joestar. The voice acting in English is perfect.
That's a great show that you can bounce in between.
Yeah.
Because when you're listening in Japanese, it gives you that great, powerful inflection that you know and love when you're watching a subbed anime.
That's right.
And then you watch it dubbed and you have this great vocal chemistry that happens between the English voice actors that because the show is so comedic, it works.
Yeah.
So we really can bounce in between. We've watched some.
It's a good dinner time anime for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've changed it at the point of this recording. But we've said it, I believe, once, and I'll say it 1,000 times. One of the best credits
oh my gosh
ever. Not because of the credits itself, just because of the song Roundabout.
And the name of the song is Roundabout.
Well, yeah.
Well, I didn't. I'm telling the listeners.
The listeners, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mention any context with that, but the song's great. I believe the band is Yes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up as we're talking about it. But every time I couldn't skip.
Oh no, you can't skip the credits.
Yeah, could not skip it. And yes, the band is literally just called Yes, and it's a long song.
Look it up. It's a jam.
It's like an 8-minute song. I like it a lot.
And once you hear it, you may notice it from a couple memes.
Yeah.
It was a big memer.
Yeah, the old to be continued meme.
Yeah. Are you finished?
That's it. I mean, I can talk about, of course, some more people, but this will be like Best Girls. I think we'll always come back and do some more Best Boys as we're going.
For sure.
Well, let's hear some more. Let's get like 1 or 2 more from you.
1 or 2. Okay. Now I'm not sure who do I cut off? I'll cut that person off.
Or
I don't
just
talk about them.
Ramble them all. I don't even care.
So have you heard of a Kakashi Hatake?
Oh, Kakashi.
Well, he's from Naruto.
Yeah.
I've never watched Naruto, but I've always seen this guy. Don't really know anything about him except the brief synopsis I looked up online.
Sure.
But have always been intrigued by his one eye-covered bandana dealie.
See, you're taking a page out of my book because in the Best Girls episode, I mentioned a character from Naruto that I didn't know anything about.
Oh, yep, the blind girl.
Look at you. Proud of you.
Yeah. So he's got a terrible, like, we thought Zoro had a sad backstory with losing people. This dude seems like he's got a wrecking ball just came and tore up his life when he was young.
I want to watch that show.
I do too.
Well, then we'll do that.
And I'd like to watch Bleach because that's what I used to watch as a guilty pleasure when I was
This can
older
get
teen.
me some hate. I don't really. The aesthetic of Bleach is really cool, but I don't know if I'm drawn to actually watch. I'll watch it eventually, I'm sure, but that doesn't have the draw that Naruto does for me.
Well, I've seen when I was looking up those best boys list, there were characters from Bleach on there, and when I look up like things about fights, like best fights or things like that, strong characters, there's always characters from Bleach on there. So it's got to be a good show if they're on that many different lists.
It goes to show how easily swayed. Sure, I'm in then.
Or or the people making those lists are people just like us who like everyone from every show because we're unbiased.
It's not that we're unbiased. It's just I think we're just easily pleased when it comes to anime. Yes.
Which is that a bad thing?
No.
I would like to discuss that. Maybe it is. Do we not have taste? I don't know.
No, I think we have plenty of taste. We're watching a lot of the popular shows though. It's not like we're watching some weird obscure anime and then going, "Oh, I love you know what I mean?" We're watching some pretty much very well liked. We've disliked some. One I can't really recommend, but we've had someone watch and say, well, you might as well just finish it. But Citrus, I could go ahead and not watch that ever again. There's been some. It's just we generally are jumping on Crunchyroll and saying what's popular. Let's take a look.
That's true.
Yeah, like Gridman. I think it's SSSS Gridman, which is actually I told you that anime based on. I never remember the name of this. Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. That was the show.
Is that you just pulled that out of the back recesses of your mind?
I'm hoping it's right, but yeah, that was the name of the show. It was kind of like Power Rangers back in the day, and I loved it. This character jumped into the internet, and he would fight things in the internet. It was like like the internet being as popular, of course, but that I had the bed sheets. I had you name it. I loved it. I had a couple of the figures. I think I even had a couple. So I'm like, oh, this anime, I'm really stoked. The only problem is when I watched it, it was when I had the stomach flu or food poisoning. We're not sure what it was, but that was not a nice night. And then I ended up down on the couch the next day. I don't know if I stayed home from work or if I convenient.
I think you did.
Maybe.
Because I went and got you Gatorade. You were sick as a dog.
I was
and
sick as a
very
dog.
dehydrated.
Well, yeah. But I was like fading in and out. I was like, ooh, I've wanted to watch a show. And I was like narcoleptic down there. So I would love to give that another go. But that's not one that jumped out at me. But I wasn't myself. So who knows? Moral of this story is maybe we just start going off the beaten path and watching different ones and see. But we do generally like a lot.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Why would you hate someone's happiness?
That is true.
Yeah.
And something that someone took so much time and spent money on making the show.
Exactly.
Whatever show that may be that you're watching.
Yeah. And even if we don't like it, I don't think we of course will start critiquing a bit more as we get into shows that we're more okay with. But I don't know. There's so many little elements of shows that I'm like, well, at least they did that good. And then I can't really say that I then dislike the show. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
So true.
Oh, we got to finish. This is completely off topic, but How to Raise a Mummy.
Oh, I was just thinking that
What a cute show.
It is very sweet. It's kind of something you can just put it on and your brain just melts because you don't really need there's a cute little mummy. Oh, so cute.
So
we've watched like 4 episodes, then we stopped. I think it only has 12. When it has 12 episodes, I think we get complacent. Like, there's only 12. And we'll be good and watch half and then stop. And then we have to restart.
And then we sit there and we go, well, we want to make it last. And boy, howdy do we, because we forget about it and then it lasts forever.
Yeah.
Craziness. You gotta give me a couple more, and then.
So I'll do shotgun then, because this next character I haven't ever talked about. Also, one of my top shows.
No kidding.
I want to rewatch it.
I'm excited.
So this is actually a 10 out of 10, my rating for a shoujo anime. What is a shoujo? It's a romance.
Oh.
Slice of life. Because your girl needs more of those. She can't keep watching shounen. Okay. Yeah. Get into
we take our breaks. We've got some good shows.
True. There's just a lot of fighty, plot. I need some more.
Take my fighty from me.
Fighty.
So what's the shoujo?
So he's a character from Say I Love You, and his name is Yamato Kurosawa. And he is a popular kid at school. Girls, you can relate. So this poor girl, your main character, she doesn't have any friends. She's been burned when she was younger, so she doesn't have any relationships. And she ends up roundhouse kicking this kid, the popular guy. And he says, you know what? I'm going to be friends with this girl. And by putting himself on her, they end up having a blossoming, spoiler, romantic relationship.
Wow.
And it's just a great 12-episode show. Makes my tummy hurt after I'm finished watching it because I just want more.
Of course.
And he's just sweet. You know, I like that he pursues her. Women always love a man that pursues them. And yeah, it's just cute. I like him.
No, it was a pretty good show. I like dabbling in a little bit of the romance stuff, of course.
Yeah.
It's fun. A little bit of, instead of beating the shit out of each other, they're just emotionally beating the shit out of each other. Absolutely. I think that's a good first round.
Yeah.
I don't know if I finished the thought, but there will be more of these.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm not worried about it. Got any recommendations? Again, the Instagram, please. That's the last time I'm going to say it because the episode's almost over. In fact, it is over now that I'm actually saying that aloud. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully this sounds good. I think.
Yeah, hopefully.
I like not sitting. I feel a lot more relaxed. And frankly, even if it sounds parallel or anything of that sort, just not being in that closet is great. You know what I'm saying, Danielle, as you yawn over there?
Yeah, sorry. It's a little close to my bedtime. No, I'm starting to tap out mentally.
Holy cats.
But yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoyed this recording as much as we enjoyed listening to it because we think it sounds great with our new setup. And I'm just glad I can sit in an actual chair.
This is lovely. My legs are fine. We could go on all day about that. I'll stop that. But you know it's coming. The first one, not in the closet. Danielle, I'm done. You're probably pretty done because you're yawning. Go ahead. Give them a little bit of a. Why don't you tell them a little bit of a tell them goodbye.
Sayonara.
Nice.